Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I just wanted to talk about a couple hidden mastery items that are in the game right now. They just got released with this update over here with the stamps and the titles and all that good stuff. I say good stuff, it's not really good stuff. And at the moment it's 5 a.m. It's really late, but I really want to get this video out to you guys. I have a couple other videos planned out, so I'm going to push those aside. Like I was going to talk about this specific update and how to get the Curse of Vanity, but I guess I'll just go over all of that here in this video because it's also part of the steps on how to acquire the mastery items. So as you can see, these aren't mastery items, this is just going to be some styles that you get, but this ally and this mount are. So if you want to take a look, I'll just equip it right now. This is going to be the mount, the little car. Doesn't look like you can fly with it, but you drive around with it, and then obviously the ally that we saw. So I would highly recommend removing any mods that have to do with your character sheet because you're going to need to access this over here. We'll get into that in a second. And before I actually begin, if you want to follow along, I will link something in the description. Massive shoutouts to Abbie. I saw that this was posted like an hour ago, so I instantly just got out of bed, went straight to the computer, got all this stuff done, and now I want to bring this information out to you guys. I'm sure you guys will need it in the future, or now if you want to, because you know, might as well just get free mastery now. Although it's a little bit tricky, but I think you guys got it. So it's a little hidden quest. I'll link it in the description if you want to follow along, but there is a couple things to note. If you click on the link at the very top, it'll say that all the biome stuff will have to be at Uber difficulty. So that means you can't go here, you can't go here. You have to go, I don't know, I just went to Uber 11. I probably didn't have to do that, but you guys can go to whatever Uber you feel comfortable with. But anyway, let's begin with step number 1. So first step is you need to have this Curse Vanity unlocked. So obviously I can click on it, but before you couldn't. And to unlock it, you basically just have to craft the emojis in here. So if we go to additional titles, you can see over here that we have emojis. There's a bunch of different ones there. I crafted everything, and I'm pretty sure once you craft all of the emotes, you can get this one unlocked. This is locked until you get the other ones. And I'm pretty sure once you do that, you get the Curse of Vanity unlocked. I just went for everything. It's not really too difficult. You get this is like permanent, and then this is just 100 flux. So you may as well just get everything, and then you'll have the Curse of Vanity unlocked. So that's step number 1. Now, step number 2 is you go in here and you craft this. These are going to be hidden. You're not going to see these, but you will see this. So craft this face over here. You can loot collect it because it'll say not collected if you go to the loot collector. So you can craft 2, but if you don't have the resources, you know, it's understandable. Just craft 1. I like to just have the style in general. And at a later step, you're going to need this. So I would just craft that for now anyway. Now going into step number 3, ignore all of these gems here, but you're going to want to take the face and equip it. I'm not going to do it because I already did it. I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to tell you guys. So equip the face, and also everyone's going to have this in the game, but you have to equip Slow Sebastian. I don't know why, but you just have to do it. So equip them. And the tricky thing about this is that you're going to have to complete a dungeon in permafrost, but you have to be on this mount. And if you want to know how to complete a dungeon, so like I said, you do need Tomb Raiser. Tomb Raiser is good for this. There are other characters that could help out. Like Pirate Captain, you can use the little turrets to help you out. With Revenant, there's a glitch with Revenant you can do, but we'll get into that some other video. Chloromancer, you can use the plants and just be on the mount. And then you have like the ice cream with candy bar. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is right before you complete the dungeon, you have to be on your mount. And it's going to be easy to do this at a lower difficulty. So you can't just go straight to permafrost. You have to be at an Uber difficulty. So just go to whatever Uber you can. I did mine in Uber 11. I didn't have to do that, but I kind of just did it for the boxes, to be honest. And all you have to do is go to a dungeon over here like this. So I'm in Uber 11 right now, so I'll just kind of show you what I would do to complete this dungeon. So I'm just going to do a little bit of damage, take out my minions, let them do their thing. When he's about to die, I just switch. And you just break the box. So I didn't get lucky, I just got the main box, but there will be like a little critter type thing over here, which will be a box. That's what you want to go for. There's a 5% chance that you'll get that. So there's a good chance that you'll be unlucky for a little bit, but you will get it at the end. So just keep doing dungeons. I had to go through about like 20 dungeons. And if you do it correctly, the chest will spawn. I say chest, it's basically, it looks like a little ally type thing. And it's going to drop you a recipe. Learn the recipe and we can move on to the next step. So if we look at step 4, this is going to be kind of crucial depending on what day you're playing this on, which means that it's going to be different from what you guys are going to be playing on. So that means right now I'm playing on a Sunday. So the biome Medieval Highlands will be crucial to me. But if you guys are playing on a Wednesday or a Thursday or whatever, if you can look at the chart, it's in the description. It'll tell you which biomes that you're supposed to go to. So for me, it is Sunday. So I'm at the Medieval Highlands. I'm actually just in the novice world. I'm at the very beginning. It doesn't really matter where you do this part of the step. But go to your cornerstone, place the Curse of Vanity that you did in step 1. You can also do it at this step. So go back to the hub, craft it. I just put it over here. And when you go to it, you'll find that there's also a hat there now. Now, you can't craft it because you're going to have to equip a biome title. So what I did, I just put this one on, just temporarily. You can always remove it later. And if you don't have this, you can just go to the hub, craft whatever biome title that you need. There's a specific category for biome, so just get whichever biome you want. This is the one I went with, and if I go back in here, you can craft it now. So once you do that, you want to equip the face that you had before, so just keep that on like you have been. And I forgot to mention, you have to keep the face and Sebastian for getting the hat as well. So if you don't have those equipped, then you have to do that, on top of obviously having the biome thing, the biome title. So once you got that, make sure you have your face and your hat and your slow Sebastian. I just switched to Shadow Hunter, but I'll go back to Tomb Raiser here just for the sake of the video. Now this is important, so whatever day it is for you in Trove, so just keep an eye on resets and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know, 5 a.m. for me. It's currently the Sunday reset. So for Sunday in Medieval Highlands, so just make sure you're at Uber difficulty. I went to Uber 11. You don't have to do that. Just go to whatever one you can complete. Just, I don't go to Novice or like the ones down here. Make sure it says Uber. There's going to be a 5% chance that you're going to get the same chest that you did before. And this time the recipe will be a staff. So basically the same step. Just keep doing dungeons. Might take you 20, might take you 30, might be your first one, who knows. Just make sure you're not in the beginner world and you should be good to go with that. So once you got the recipe, come back to the Curse of Vanity and you should have the weapon there. So you can craft it and equip it. So at this point, you should have your staff, your hat, and the face. Now for the next 2 steps, 8 and 9, this is the last 2 steps. You have to do this on a weekend. So right now it is Sunday for me recording this. So if it's the weekend for you, I would highly recommend to get this done. Otherwise, you have to wait until another weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, I don't know if they include Friday, but definitely Saturday or Sunday. So this is kind of random, but so during the weekend, like I said, you have to come over here to the Lost Isles here. And it's going to be a little bit confusing, but you have to go, so within 150 blocks of the biome edge. So if you ever played Trove long enough to stay in one biome, you have to go to the very edge. So if you farmed in a biome for a long time, you've probably gone to the very edge of the biome. That's what you have to do here, and you have to be within 150 blocks of the biome edge. So as you can see, the edge of the biome is over here, and I'm currently 150 blocks away from it. You're gonna have to take my word for it. I know I don't have the mod. I kind of have a mod that's conflicting, so I can't really see how many blocks away I am from it. But stay within 150 blocks, and if you look underwater, there's gonna be a merchant down here. And it's gonna spawn very rarely. I'll actually show you a screenshot of when I got the ally, but this is what it's gonna look like. You'll see the merchant, and then you just click unlock for the ally, and you'll be done with that step. It is pretty hard to find, and like I said, it has to be on a weekend, otherwise it will not work. And like I mentioned before, just make sure you have the hat, face, and the weapon equipped, otherwise it will not work, like I mentioned multiple times. And for the final step, like I said, has to be a weekend. We're gonna come over here and talk to this guy right here, and just by talking to him, you'll be given the mount. You'll have a thing on the bottom right. I'll show you a screenshot of when I got it. Alright, so now for the second part of this hidden quest. So the website has been updated. We have steps 10 and 11. Now this is for the mount RV Max, and there's a very, very low chance of getting this mount. It says 0.4% on the website. So you pretty much have the odds of getting a permatorch. It says 1 of 250, which is about average of a permatorch, give or take. But I think the average might have to be adjusted because I feel like permatorches are a little bit harder to get. Anyway, let's get started. So step number 10, we have to look at a decode to basically see what the current biome is for the next step here. So we go over here, and this is going to tell you, this item, this deco right over here, basically tells you what the biome is. So if we look at the website, we had a Desert Frontier one and a Treasure Isles one. So this is going to be Treasure Isles. If we look at it from this angle, if I can even get it there, there's like a little arm sticking out. You can kind of see it in the picture on the website. So it's going to be that one right there. So that's going to indicate to you that it's going to be Treasure Isles that you have to go to. So just go to any Uber difficulty. So I'm just going to go to Drowned World. Probably not Uber 11. I'll probably drop it to, I don't know, Uber 7. I can go as low as Uber 3. I'll just go to Uber 8, complete dungeons there. And once I get the mount or like the extra chest that's supposed to spawn, and to complete step 11, you have to have the hat, the face, and the weapon. And don't forget to have your hat, face, and your weapon from previous steps, as well as Slow Sebastian. And you want to make sure you complete dungeons while you're on Slow Sebastian. So just pull out your, just like this, pull out your minions, and then have your minions take care of everyone else, the bosses. You can do a little bit of damage and then spawn your minions, but just make sure you're on your mount the moment the dungeon completes. And if you do it correctly, there's a super low chance that you'll get the mount and you'll be done with that mastery item. So I've gone through a bunch of dungeons and this guy showed up. This isn't what you're looking for, by the way. You also have a time limit of claiming it. Yeah, I don't know. I already have it, but in case you guys need it, anyway, I'm gonna keep doing more dungeons and hopefully I can find it soon. So let's see. Alright, so I did just about 400 dungeons. So I did like 250 in one world. I did like 100 more before I went to work. And then I have 100 here. And I finally got the mount. I didn't record it because it took so long for me to do. Like, I was here for hours. I had YouTube playing in the background. I was just tired of farming this thing. And you can see it in the bottom right here. And I'm just gonna open my inventory here. And right there, as you can see, we got RV Max. So this is gonna be the new mount for step 11. And that's gonna be it. I don't know why, but this felt harder to get than getting a permatorch. So if you ever tried farming a permatorch, you know how painful that grind is. It's just as painful to do this. I had better odds of getting 2 Gondas back to back than getting this mount, just to put that into perspective. But I'd say the average of getting this mount from what the website says is pretty accurate-ish. I would say maybe 1 in 300 compared to what a couple other people were saying on here, but it seems like a lot of people also had pretty good RNG. So if you have good RNG, then, you know, maybe you can get this mount pretty quickly. But I'm glad that that's over with at least. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. I'll try to help you guys out. Hopefully this video helped you out, but if you don't plan on doing this, then I hope the video was at least entertaining, maybe. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing, and I will talk to you all later.